Hello there and welcome. You're here because you clicked on the link to get SolidWorks shortcut cheat sheet. So you are in the right place. In this video, I will take you through the basics of user interface customization and how to set up your shortcuts the right way. By the end of the video, you'll be able to organize your workspace comfortably and configure your shortcuts to work faster and more efficient. Now, should you have received your shortcuts file, so go ahead and keep it nearby and start following along. So the cheat sheet that you'll be receiving is this one. So it has 20 shortcuts, which are the most important ones, at least the ones I'm using on daily basis. So I try to keep it concise. You'll memorize it quickly. Once you have done with that, of course, you can go ahead and learn new shortcuts or start using new shortcuts, or why not setting up your own shortcuts. To customize your workspace, you will have to go to this little gear here on the top. Anywhere you are, you can be in the assembly environment, drawing environment, or just in a new file environment. You can just click on the little arrow here, and this will pop up, so you can just click on customize. So once you click here, this pop-up will show up. So basically, on this menu here, it is set up in a logical way. So you have your toolbars, shortcuts, commands, menu, keyboard, mouse gesture, and then customization. That's just the way it is set up. Now let's go ahead and explore one by one. So here you have your toolbars. So the toolbars, some of them, you will see that they are already included in the work environment and some are not. So toolbars basically are the tools that you're using on a specific environment, but you want some of them to be apparent all the time. You will just have to click and check one of them. So it will appear somewhere in the environment. In our case, the assembly toolbar appeared here. You can keep it, of course, if you're using assembly most of the time and you don't want to look for your toolbars all the time, you can just keep it there. Otherwise, you can just uncheck it and then it will be gone. Let's try with blocks. So blocks as well pops up there. Keep in mind that you can just move it in your environment whenever you want to. You can bring it to the top, to the bottom, right on the side, whatever you want really. If you don't want it, you can just uncheck it and there it's gone. You can disable or enable the command manager, just like this. If you uncheck it, it will be disabled. If you check it, it will be enabled. Here, you see that use large buttons with text. What they mean here is that all these buttons here have text right on the side of them. If you are used to SolidWorks, you don't need the text, you already know the icon. You can just uncheck it and then you will have a smaller size icon, hence more space for you to work on. But of course, if you don't know all the commands yet, you can just keep the text checked. So now that we are done with this side, of course, if you want to reset the whole thing, you can just click on reset and your environment will be reset. Let's go to icon size. So icon size basically is these icons here. If you want them bigger, smaller, or tiny, just like the ones that I'm using now. So if you want to change them, you can just click on the icon. Some user interface elements might not resize until your SolidWorks is restarted. Okay, I'm aware of that. So you can notice that the icons have gotten a little bit bigger. You can even make it more bigger, like this, which will ruin everything. I don't want that. So I can just go back to the small icons. Notice that some of them will not reset until you restart your SolidWorks. We don't care about that. So yeah. Tooltip is when you hover over a tool, it shows you the tip. And here you can enable or disable also the quick access toolbar, which is this one here. You can enable it or disable it. If you show in the command manager, it will not be shown there. If you click back, it will be shown there. Command manager is right here. So that's basically it. You can also lock your environment if you don't want anyone to mess it around or to mess around with it. You can just lock it. Let's go to shortcuts bar. So shortcuts bar is basically what appears whenever you click on S on any environment. Hence this one here. So if you are in the part area and you click on S, this will pop up. So this is basically the shortcuts bar. If you want to add any tool or command to it, you can just go to the thing that you wanted to add. Let's say that we want layouts and we want to add this extruded cut to it, even though it's there already. You can add another one. If you want to remove it, just drag it out and it will be removed. Let's say that we want to add this one here. See, it's added already. You can just drag it out. Same goes for all the other commands. So for assembly, for example, if you want to add this filter here, it will be added there. If you want to remove it, just drag it out. Same goes for drawing. Same goes for sketch. Straightforward, right? And now let's go to command. So command basically is the commands that you're using most of the time. Hence, you want to keep them near the area where you're working. So let's say that you are working with molds and you want to keep this mold tool always right next to you, so you can just drag it there and keep it there if you want to. If you're using it the most of the time, you can also drag it here to the heads up menu, or put it really anywhere you want to. If you want to take it out, just drag it to this empty space and it will be gone. This goes, of course, for all the tools you can try exploring around. So for menus is basically all the menus that pops down. If you want to add to them anything or you want to remove, of course, you can do that as well. I don't use it that much. So for menus, basically, it's the pop down. When you click on any of these menus here, it's what really goes down. If you want to add anything to them or you want to remove anything, you can just click on add and it will be added. For keyboard, so here where things get a little bit interesting. Keyboard basically is the shortcuts keyboard that we're using to create a command, new command. So let's say that we actually want to go to a command that we're using most of the time. For example, sketch on plan. This is something that we're using all the time, and we want to sketch on a plan. Just click on a plan and then click on the command, and it will be start sketching. So if we clicked on D, so D is already taken or assigned to another command. If you assign it to sketch on plan, it will be gone from the initial plan that you have created. So we don't want that. Let's click on Shift and D. So Shift and D is not taken, so you can actually use it to sketch on a plan just by clicking on a plan and then sketch on it. So this is basically an advanced thing that you can look at later on when you start using your own commands. So basically it's this thing here. So if you look at all the commands here, so they are these ones here. You can actually customize them if you want to, but I advise you to memorize this list and then come back here later on and try messing around with the keyboard shortcuts. So let's go to mouse gestures. So mouse gesture is basically what happens when you hold your right mouse key and drag up or down or to the side. So this is basically what happens, and it's kind of a quick command just by clicking and dragging. Of course, you can customize it, and to customize it, you can just bring in anything that you want from here. Like for example, copy. We want to remove this top view to a copy. You can do that, or even you can just bring in this one to part here, up and down, suppress or unsuppress configuration. Same goes for sketch and same goes for drawing. So here in customization, basically, it's actually will show you all the customization that you have done. And if you want to reset to the default or you want to keep it the way that it was already, of course, we won't do anything of that. We will just cancel and close it up. So that was it for the customization. And as I said, please go ahead and start exploring or using or trying this list. So let's say that if we click on Control A, it will select everything. If we click on Control O, it will attempt us to open a new file. If we clicked on Control U, it will open up a new file. If we clicked on Control O, it will open a file. Control S, it will save the file. Control Q, it will update the file. So basically, that's the quick or shortcuts that I'm currently using and that I advise you to start using to keep your design smooth and efficient. So again, thanks for watching. If you have any questions, of course, you can reach out at any time. See you in the next one.